y'all. This is the service that was shared on May 17th, and due to some technical glitches, we've had to wait a little bit to re-record it. And this disclaimer is to say why Reverend Ann isn't here to do the sacred reading and the invocation. I live in Cleveland. She lives in Anchorage, Alaska, and trying to coordinate time to re-record this has been a beast. So I'm doing it solo today. God bless you, Reverend Ann. Thank you for everything you do. We just want to get this thing out into the world. So please forgive me and welcome to SpiritsHome's 17 May 2026 gathering, Best Friends, re-recorded on a different day. And I'm really glad to be sharing this with everyone who will get it in the ethers. So we're going to open with a song. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. In this moment, in this place, in this time and space, there is only love. The love of community, the love of connection, the love of trust, the love of transformation, and the embracing of all of those loves, big L, little l, all of the above, knowing that each and every person who hears my voice is feeling this love, is lifted by this love, even when they're not feeling it. They're lifted up by it. And I bless this time together and know that it is absolutely perfect. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. These beautiful sacred readings chosen by Reverend Ann from Ray Bradbury. We cannot tell the precise moment when friendship is formed. As in filling a vessel drop by drop, there is at last a drop which makes it run over. So in a series of kindnesses, there is at least one which makes the heart run over. From C.S. Lewis, friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things which give value to survival. And from the wondrous Khalil Gibran, and a youth said, "Speak to us of friendship." And he answered, saying, "Your friend is your needs answered. They are your field which you sow with love and reap with thanksgiving. And they are your board and your fireside. For you come to them with your hunger, and you seek them for peace." Best friends, besties, compadres, road buddies, confidants. Having a best friend is truly wonderful, and in some ways even more important than having a romantic partner, although I've known several partners who have had to share their romantic partners with me who might disagree with that thought. I have been blessed, for real blessed, with some amazing friends over the years. I still have good, close friends that have walked this life with me since elementary school. We share many stories and experiences, feelings, challenges, losses, and triumphs with one another. Some may come and go, some have stayed the whole time. And I have cultivated long-lasting friendships with people from each place I have lived, and there have been many places, as well as workshops or classes or anything that I've been involved with. Someone once called me a collector of friends, and I took that as a compliment. One story I love to share is about a friend I met at a writing workshop in San Francisco. This was in 2012. It was a full-day writing retreat in the Castro. We were part of a group of about 8 people. During the lunch break, we took a short walk and chatted. Although we did not physically see each other for about 12 years, we stayed in touch during that time. And about 2 years ago, I had the honor of officiating her wedding. I like friends. I love friends. Friends are vitally important, and best friends are uniquely essential and rare because best friends get more asked of them, the most asked of them. One of my favorite examples of this kind of best friend might seem a bit weird and maybe problematic for some folks, so I'm asking you to stick with me on this. Yeah, Judas Iscariot. Judas, for me, is a powerful and painful example of a real best friend. And I truly feel that history has been less than kind to him. His soul has had to carry a heavy weight. Judas was truly Jesus' best friend. From all that has been researched and all that has been shown to us through dramatizations of the story that we have accepted as, at the very least, close to accurate, Jesus held Judas in high regard, keeping him closer to his heart than anyone else. In that scene on the slide of the upper right slide is from the controversial film The Last Temptation of Christ. And in this scene, Jesus is telling Judas that he must betray him. When Judas says that he can't do it, Jesus again emphasizes that he must do it, that he is the only one who can, because he is the strongest, because their bond is the strongest. This film is based on the novel by Nikos Kazantzakis, a controversial author himself, and in this book, and also his book about Francesco of Assisi, he shapes stories in a new way for us, with perspectives that we might not be familiar or altogether comfortable with. The thing is, I've always been a fan of Judas. Yes, partly because of my reputation as cheerleader of the underdog. Also, though, because of the kind of best friend Judas was to Jesus, always trying to humble him, challenge him, and ultimately keep him safe. And when he couldn't, he agreed to do the hardest thing ever: betray his best friend, causing him pain, suffering, and an agonizing death. And what does he get for doing this for his best friend, doing the thing his best friend told him he had to do? Some religious paths would have us see him as someone we should revile, a traitor, a betrayer, destined to suffer in hell for all eternity, not only for what he did to Jesus, but also for choosing to end his own life. Even in our language today, Judas's name is used as a verb, to Judas someone, meaning to turn them in or betray them. The online dictionary has these synonyms for the word Judas: backstabber, betrayer, double-crosser, serpent, traitor. Can you imagine having your name used to describe these hurtful actions, especially after you did something your best friend told you that you had to do? Being a best friend is not always easy. Sometimes it requires making the choice to do something that you truly don't want to do, or saying things that others won't say, or accepting a request that hurts more deeply than you could ever describe. Today is the yahrzeit of my soul twin and best friend, Jim Curran. Yahrzeit is the Hebrew word for the anniversary date of a death. 13 years ago, today, May 17th, without warning, Jimmy left this life. And it was devastating. It still is. We met in that slightly blurry slide in the upper left corner, doing a production of, yes, Jesus Christ Superstar. It was 1991. I was cast as Mary Magdalene, and we were having our first night sing-through rehearsal. We'd been told that some new men would be joining the cast that night. Community theater. It's not always easy to find apostles. I was in the front of the room with the pianist singing the song, Everything's All Right, when I heard the door open at the back of the room. And I felt, I felt something I had never felt before. It felt like the missing part of me had just walked into the room. A missing part that I hadn't fully known was missing. When I finished singing, I turned around and we made eye contact. We both gave a slight nod. Neither of us were even smiling, just looking at each other as if we were finally seeing one another again after a long time apart. At the first break in rehearsal, we ran right to each other and tried to figure out where we had met before. We went through a quick theater history, some surface background questions, and nothing was clicking. We had never met before. It seemed impossible to be true. That night, as we left the theater, we both walked to our vehicles and said, "Good night." And then there we were, putting our keys into the door locks of each other's identical red Chevy S10 trucks. From that moment, we began meeting with psychics and past life practitioners and started learning about how many times we had shared lives. And there were so many, going all the way back in time. We knew each other on a soul level. Our journey from 1991 to 2013 was not always easy or perfect or pretty. We faced challenges, wrestling at times with the choices that the other was making, wrestling with choices that we had to make about one another. And in 2011, we experienced a separation that broke my heart. It lasted until February of 2013. I reached out that month, cautiously, sending him a video of a new singer that I thought he would love. and he replied with a loving and gentle message back to me. I was thrilled by this, and also a little scared, because the rupture of our connection had been so brutal that I was feeling less than confident that this one exchange would be enough to repair it. And so I didn't follow up. 2 months later, on May 17th of 2013, without any kind of thought that it could possibly happen, he was gone. I miss my best friend and soul twin every day. I sometimes wonder what might have been different if I had been more courageous. Maybe if I had continued to communicate, or the door between us had stayed open, we could have created a whole new timeline, and he might not have ever left. There are so many things that we would be sharing right now, things that just don't feel the same when I share them with others. Losing our best friend can be tricky. Whether they have 2 legs or 4 legs or wings or fins, whether they stuck around or moved on from us. Through disappointments, disagreements, separation, distance. Once someone is a best friend, they stay one for absolutely ever. In one corner of my living room is what I call my protector area, the place where all those who have passed on are honored and kept ever present. This photo is the protector area from just a couple months ago, and already there have been new folks added. Alongside Jimmy, there are a few other best friends that keep me company from that corner. Carl, Amy, Andy, Sylvia, and of course, my beloved Maddie. She joins the 4-legged besties that taught me so much about love and life and change. Lestat and Xander, the cats. Al, the tiger. Maggie, the elephant. I'm so grateful to have been gifted so many wonderful friends, best and what I call best adjacent, and that they all still stay so close to me, even on the other side of the veil. One time I was whining a little bit about my protector area and how it was inevitably growing. My sister Lisa said, "Well, that's because you have so many friends. If you had less friends, you'd have less dead friends." And it's true. I considered her perspective for a moment and then decided that I was okay with having so many friends. She has a point, though. And still another perspective shared recently with me from a friend made a lot of sense to me, too. She said, "Rachel, you love hard and you grieve big." That, for sure, is true. My first best friend was my dad. He was my buddy, which has a double meaning because that was the nickname he went by. I'll be talking a lot more about him next month on Father's Day. For now, though, I will share that when I was 10 and I had only one friend, and I was being bullied pretty badly that year, my dad was the bestest best friend I could have ever asked for. He was great. Come back next month to hear more about him. Having a best friend, or any friend really, can make the dark times brighter, the tough times easier, the challenges more tackleable. They just make life better. And the best part of having a friend that you can be truly, totally yourself with is that if they need to just fall apart in front of you, they know they can. And you know you can fall apart in front of them. We can truly see each other at our brightest and most triumphant moments, as well as our stumbling and most embarrassing ones. It really is something to be cherished. Our friends teach us about being brave, about forgiveness, They remind us that it's okay to be perfectly imperfectly perfect. They encourage us when we aren't sure what to do next. We know someone is a true friend, a best friend, when all of that is shared in a reciprocal way with one another. And here is my full disclosure moment about that. I am the kind of person who needs a whole lot of what I call cave time. I mean, my chosen name for my home is Mystica Sola Grotta, translated as the mystical alone cave. So, yeah, there you go. I tend to cocoon when things get tough, and I need time to myself to get to a place where I feel totally safe and totally comfortable to share what might be going on with me. And now I'm going to brag about my friends a little bit. My friends get me. They get me. They know exactly what I need, and they give it to me, while also making sure I know that they are there, ready, whenever I am feeling ready. Rilke actually explained this better than I ever could. He wrote, "For one human being to love another, that is perhaps the most difficult of all our tasks, the ultimate, the last test and proof, the work for which all other work is but preparation. I hold this to be the highest task for a bond between two people, that each protects the solitude of the other." I want to read that sentence again. I hold this to be the highest task for a bond between two people, that each protects the solitude of the other. This is the miracle that happens every time those who really love, the more they give, the more they possess. Over the years, those still here and those who keep me company from the protector area have done this for me. They have accepted who I am in every incarnation of the me that I have moved through, and have patiently moved with me through all of those me's. Being there when I called out to them, giving me space when it was clear that I needed space. I truly hope that I have been that kind of friend to all of them. I have always tried. Hang on one second. As I said, this was initially recorded on May 17th, which was Jimmy's yahrzeit. And because it was Jimmy's yahrzeit, the song that I chose to sing features him in the first verse. This is a song that is an honoring of the protector area, and in fact, they all helped me write it. These are the friends who showed up in many different ways at different times in my life. For all of you and the many friends who I hope will see this video as it lives in the world of the internet, please know that I cherish each one of you. I see you. I appreciate you. And I never take for granted that you are my friends. And even more importantly, I never take for granted that I am one of yours. They're with me now, the ones that I sing to, hovering near, staying so close. They saved my life, I thought they'd always be with me, though they've moved on, I'm never alone. I never knew I was missing you in my life until you showed up. from so long ago. Losing you now makes me wonder how you'll find me again. They're with me now, the ones that I sing to, hovering near, staying so close. They saved my life, I thought they'd always be with me. Though they've moved on, I'm never alone. We were misfits, made no sense that we'd be so close, sharing music, fears, and stories of life. Although you're gone, I've heard the party's carrying on. I see your smile everywhere. I hear your laughter in the air. Thank you, my friend. He wrote the songs that now narrate my life. She wrote the poems that reach deep into my heart. We prayed together every week. They walked me around the block in the rain. He said he'd walk me down the aisle. She snuggled close and made me smile. I know you all hear me. I always feel you near me. There are so many of you. I hope you feel the love I carry for you all. They're with me now, the ones that I sing to, hovering near, staying so close. They saved my life, I thought they'd always be with me. Though they've moved on, I'm never alone. I'm never alone. And so we take a breath as I gaze at the protector area and feel their energies, feel them all sitting in the room with me. I invite you to welcome in anyone who has been a best friend or a best friend adjacent who has moved onto the other side. Bring them in. Bring them close to your heart. They are always with us. And just take a moment to breathe with them. And now take a breath and feel the gratitude and love that swells in your heart when you think of the best friends and best friends adjacent that you have in your life right now. Those who love you and lift you up, those who challenge you and question you, those who've said things to you that you thought were hurtful and later realized, wow, I needed to hear that. Those you've had to forgive and welcome back. Those who've never left your side. The friends that we've met along the way, the friends that have come and gone, the friends that have returned, and the friends that have moved on forever. We are so blessed, even if there's just one. Breathe that in. even if there's just one person in your life who is a friend, someone that you know you can fall apart in front of, someone you know that you can call and say, today is hard. Or that you can call and say, today is amazing. Breathe in the gratitude for that friend. And then take one more breath and remember that you have, I have, we all have the opportunity to be that friend to anyone. The next time you're at the gas station or in the grocery store, at the post office, or walking down the street and you see someone walking towards you, smile and say, hey, how you doing? Or, it's great to see the sun out today. Or, I love that jacket. We have no idea the difference we can make in a person's life when we take that moment to be that person for them. Let's be that person for the world, because it's crying out for us. It needs us to be that person. And then take one breath more here in this moment to be that friend to the person in the mirror. To be kinder, to smile more, to joke with, and to love that friend in the mirror. To walk with them and say, we've got this. I've got you. Grateful for this opportunity to share this word with you today. Grateful, grateful, grateful. Amen. Ashe. Amen. So we'll be together very soon now because this recording came a little late, but we'll be back together here at Spirit's Home on the 21st of June, the third Sunday, not the second Sunday, the third Sunday of June, which happens to be Father's Day. So I'll be talking about my dad. I'll also be talking about a little secret that I found that got me through Father's Day after years of feeling pretty angry and sad about it. So if you wrestle with that day, if it's a little crispy for you, come join us on Father's Day and hear something that might shift that a little for you, I hope. Spirit's Home on the road. On the 14th of June, I'll be on Zoom with Unity of DC. In July, I'll be returning to Unity of Coastal Delaware. I can't wait to do this drive. My Lord, Delaware is gorgeous to drive through. It's so green and lush. So I'll be with my friend Rev Karen at the Unity of Coastal Delaware. And then in August, I'll be returning to the lovely, sweet, this community. Friends of Unity Plymouth in Plymouth, Michigan. They are delightful. And I'll be returning to them. And hopefully returning again also to Long Island. in the fall. And I'm saying this out loud so that it's on the record. We're hoping to do another people in the living room gathering in September. So if you're local, or if you'd like to travel and you'd like to be in my living room for September's gathering, September 13th, we're going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm saying that now. We're always open to travel. All donations are tax deductible. Please share this video. Please share the landing page, spiritshome.org, with anyone you think who might be moved or uplifted or wants to be a part of a community, is looking for community. We're always welcoming new folks and are joyous when we see new people on the Zoom. All right, it's time to share some gratitude, so let's do that. And I have to share, this photo is taken of Jimmy. He drove with me when I moved to Alaska in 2000, and it was early May, and we were one day out from arriving in Anchorage, and this was at Kluane Lake at 3:30 in the morning, and there's no filter here. That was the sun and the sky. At 3:30 in the morning, we found this old abandoned car, and he climbed up on there, and Kluane Lake and Jimmy. 26 years ago. Let's have some gratitude. I'm going to sing the echo because I miss hearing it. Always so grateful, always so grateful. Always so grateful, always so grateful. Saying thanks and giving thanks. Living a life of gratitude is the way I choose to live. Saying thanks and giving thanks. Living a life of gratitude is the way I choose to live my life. And I am always so grateful, always so grateful. Protectors are singing it. I can hear them. Always so grateful, always so grateful. Look around, so much to say. Thankful now for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever, not a single one. Look around, so much to say. Yes, yes, yes. Thankful now for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever, none whatsoever. That's why I'm always so grateful. Always so grateful, always so grateful. Always so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your patience and your understanding. Thank you again, Rev Ann, for letting me do this without you. And thank you all for continuing to support Spirit's Home and its growth and its presence in the world. We'll see you next month on the third Sunday in June, the 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like to reach out, spiritshome42@gmail.com or at spiritshome.org to join the mailing list. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I'm guided. I know I'm shown which way to go.